get reformed. That's what Dr. Malachi York came in as in this great day and time. Our Fealty Alton Ray, he came here in this great day and time to reform us. We needed to be reformed because we was living in the image of a lesser being, and so we a poor copy of a lesser being. You a poor copy of. You a poor copy of a copy. And wondering why your thinking ain't all right. You thinking how come you can't figure everything out and get it all together. You gotta respect nature. These beings that you're listening to don't respect nature. They don't have no love. They're not being genuine. They're looking for a way to deceive you and be deceptive. These external forces don't want you to deal with self. But when you're dealing with self, you're dealing with the soul. You're dealing with your soul, you're dealing with the sun. And the sun dealing with you. You see what the sun do to people. It's a lot of people out here catching skin cancer and getting addicted to the sun one way or another. We covered that in another class. I ain't even gonna go there. Just go flip through the classes. They on YouTube, as you see right here, lulu.com/Ray Knowledge. Or go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, 99 to God. Or just email me. You know, we could build. You know, I'll give you my Facebook information if you don't already have it, or you don't got a friend that has it. And we can build from there if you would like. But I just need y'all to know that we had a reformer that came in this great day and time. He's still here right now. He ain't going nowhere. I'm a confirmation of that, as of many others. So we've been reformed. And once you start to be reformed, you start to recognize who you are. And once you start to recognize who you are, brothers and sisters, you start to revise who you are and how you see things. You start to re-envision yourself and you start to see self-awareness. You start to become aware of the self. Once you've been reformed, once you respect nature and you respect yourself, you're going to start redoing all of the things that you've been prescribed to. You're going to start moving in divine order. And once you reform, you're going to start to recognize who you are and who you are not. Then you will have to start to revise your living or your life. Your life will become revised. And you will start to have self-awareness. And from this self-awareness, you will start looking for reflections of self. You will start to look for reflections of self. What are the things that identify with self, my black brothers and sisters? Egypt, Nuba, Africa, Dogon, Omax, Yoruba, Nagas. Watch your talk. The Zulu. And the Congo. These are not all in particular order. But these are all things that reflect you, brothers and sisters. If you're not aware of these things, you need to make yourself aware of them. Because, believe it or not, from the other side of this dimension, they're making themselves aware of you. And all of these beings that existed here on this planet had a respect for nature. And they respected the self. And they didn't have to redo anything. They didn't have to reform, or they didn't have to revise their thinking or living. But they just prescribed to nature. And that's what we had to get back to in this day and time. And everywhere where you see that RE, as I told you before, you're dealing with the deity Ray. Ray is trying to get you to remember who you are. Ray is trying to get you to remember who you are. Ray is trying to remind you who you are. Ray is giving you the reason why you are here and why you are doing the things that you are doing. She's going to reiterate. How does she reiterate these things? She reiterated through nature and through the things she had chosen to form through nature, which is Ray. Ray is a part of nature. You see the R-E right in the word nature. That's Ray trying to get in contact with you, trying to tell you exactly who you are, trying to remind you of your greatness. See the R-E in greatness? I'm sure y'all do. I'm sure I done showed it to you a few times over. That's all Ray trying to do, just get you aware of your greatness, how great you are, and how you can do greater things as you keep doing things and moving in divine order. Having some respect for yourself, you have some divine order, and recognizing who you are, that in itself is divine order. So start recognizing. Anywhere where you see them REs and it's an uplifting connotation there, you need to apply it to your ass. And don't ignore it. Ignoring is ignorance. That's ignoring what makes sense. And I ain't talking about physical sense. I'm talking about all the senses. Because you're using all of your senses when things make sense. You're using your lower 5 senses, and you're using your higher 4 senses, and you're using your perception to get these things together in your mind. We got to start waking up to the divine truths. We got to start recognizing the divine truths of reality. And once we start seeing the truths of who we are, we can truly appreciate ourselves. And once we can truly appreciate ourselves and who we are, then we can truly respect each other. Then we can truly start corresponding with one another and start putting that energy off on each other and keep reciprocating it back and forth to one another. That's what we have to do in this great day and time, is start corresponding with each other and making sure that we have the same equal amount of respect for one another. In other words, we're going to have to start selfing up and start dealing with each other how we dealing with ourselves. And you know that you didn't deal with yourself good because you're going to start dealing with others in the same capacities. And if they dealing with themselves with that capacity, they going to deal with you in the same respect. You follow that? So don't think that no one is capable of thinking the way that you think or feeling the way that you feel or experiencing the things that you experience. You want to make sure that your brothers and sisters are thinking the same things that you are thinking and experiencing the same things that you are experiencing. all based on the self. You have to start having a relationship with self. If you don't start a relationship with self, you will never have no relationship with anybody else. Everything will be fabricated based on the fabrication that you done set with yourself. You know what I mean? So we got to stop waking up in the morning and stop looking for somewhere to rush off to. If you don't have to be at work or you don't have to be at school at a certain time, which they going to set them restrictions on you anyway, but they don't want you to